I would love to go back to the CrossFit Games. I think about it all the time. When I train, a constant statement that is in my mind is this is what it takes. 24/7. But I also put that into like everything that I'm doing, like business stuff. I get overwhelmed all the time. Want to know why? Because there's not a roadmap for me. I try to make sure I surround myself with people that I look up to and that are doing what I want to do and that are good people. And I try to, make good decisions and go with my gut. And that's what I'm doing. And there's no roadmap. Between the Reps with Brooke Ence and Gina Chancharulo is a CastBox original, produced alongside Studio 71.
CastBox is the fastest growing and highest rated podcast app on both iOS and Android, where you can find all your favorite podcasts.
You can listen to Between the Reps wherever you get your podcasts, but we hope you'll give CastBox a shot. We think it's the best. What's up, guys? Welcome to Between the Reps with Brooke and Gina. I am Brooke Ence, and here's a little thing about me, I guess. I am a CrossFit Games athlete. I went to the CrossFit Games in 2015. I won 2 events. That is my claim to fame.
Huge deal.
Yes.
Big deal.
I was an Amazon in the movie Wonder Woman. You probably won't see me that much. That's all right, but know that I was there. It couldn't have happened without me. I was also an Amazon in the movie The Justice League. You definitely saw me in that one. I saved the queen. So when you see the blonde holding up the wall, that's me. I am super driven. I want to build tons of businesses, help people, motivate people. I've got Ence Wear. It's a clothing line, apparel line. That's something I always thought I would want to do, but didn't know that it was going to happen. And I also just launched a programming company, and we have an app. It's called the Naked Training app, and our program is called the Naked Program. And it is about looking good naked. It's about the 99% of people out there that just want to feel good about themselves and be strong and be surrounded by positive community. And that's what we're building. And it's awesome. I honestly do have so much going on that I forget all the things that I have going on.
Well, now you're doing a podcast.
And now I'm doing a podcast, so now I got to tell you guys all these cool things.
Well, and the more you're going on and on with all the things
you're doing.
Are you
falling
asleep? No. I mean, I'm just sitting here going like, when it gets to Gina.
Oh my God, what am I going to say?
Well, guys, I'm a mother of 4, a stay-at-home mom for a lot of years, and met Brooke because we invested in a gym, and now I'm just lucky enough to go on all these adventures with her because she's been so good about giving me these opportunities and trying to reinvent myself, figure out what I want to be when I grow up. And so that's me in a nutshell.
And she is definitely, you all know, she's older than me, and I love having her around. She is experienced with many things, including all the stuff that we go through as women, and I'm going to go through. That's also why I keep her around.
I've done it
so
first.
As I go through it, she's already gone through it. She is very intelligent. She's, level-headed. I like to keep her around for business things, and more than that, I find it so entertaining to put her kind of on blast, and we never thought we would be doing, I definitely never thought I'd be doing a podcast.
No way.
Actually.
Well, I definitely never thought that. So let's just put that.
Yet here we are.
Yes, here we are.
And with doing it comes a level of stress.
Yeah.
And for you, means hives.
Yeah, a lot of hives. Yeah. I can't talk about it right now because I'm honestly sweating so bad that I'm like, can somebody come over here and blow in my armpits or something? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, getting here was fun too. Got down here. Not only did I have a food allergy with my lip's actually almost touching this microphone for any of you that, I guess you can actually see it later if you go on your YouTube because they're filming it.
Gina is Gina's worst case scenario girl.
I am.
So things that could kind of go wrong tend to go wrong for her sometimes.
Which I think is another reason why you like being around me. It's just for the entertainment.
And, sure. Vice versa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, for sure.
So yes.
So hey, what's our podcast going to be about?
Hey, so we're here now, but what are we doing?
So we ask you really naturally.
I think just like my, I know. Just like my YouTube channel, there is so much more to me and what I'm doing and to me and Gina than just training. But it is the cornerstone of almost everything that we do. Health and fitness is so important to us that is going to be a big portion of what we're going to be talking about and touching on our podcast. But within that, there's a lot of other things we may want to talk about, that's not necessarily what we're doing in the gym, but it might be what things are affecting us outside the gym, whether it's shopping for clothes that fit or don't fit, for shopping for food, experiences when we're traveling.
Right. It'll just be like our personal experiences with all of these different things.
Yeah, it really is. It's just life. And our life is so wrapped around caring about, how healthy and fit we are. In all aspects of that, not just, again, in the training facility or in the gym. And that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
We came to LA. I come down here a lot. My warehouse for Ence is here. And dabbling in the entertainment world, Wonder Woman, Justice League, and then also continuing my education within acting and doing things like that. I am here a lot and I need to be here a lot. So it wasn't different coming down to LA. However, some things were a little bit different. Stress is a little bit higher. And of course, the week we're gonna do this, I start my period.
Of course.
A lot of things that make stuff like training very difficult has already happened. And I do work out when I'm traveling. So I do think we should talk about this.
Yeah.
It can be very difficult to be going through female stuff and while you're also trying to be in the gym or travel. But let's specifically talk about being in the gym, because the other day we were in there and I actually had to you have to run to the bathroom. I was squatting and
so there's a lot of pressure.
There's a lot of pressure, but it can be a real pain. Understanding, how many times you need to check your tampon.
Well, that's
change
part of
your
the problem
tampon.
is that you keep forgetting to change your tampon.
Well, it's because for me my period has changed.
Right.
And a lot of that's going to happen, I ended up getting an IUD, so my period changed then. But prior to that, I was super irregular all the time. And then depending on the time of year, or depending on how much I'm training or getting ready for a competition, I've definitely lost my period. I think the longest I've gone without having a cycle is about 4 months.
And you just thought you were pregnant the whole time?
I took a lot of pregnancy tests.
I was going to say, it's a lot of scares.
I took a lot of pregnancy tests. Yes.
Yeah.
It was weird. I'm just pulling out every once in a while and people are like, what? And I'm like, oh, no, I'm pretty sure I'm not, but got to be safe.
Starting the rumors.
Yes. But yeah.
Well, no, it does change. It changes all the time. That's the thing. Well, and because you're so athletic, that does change things also, right? It does lighten your period.
It does lighten it. You do lose it, but not everyone loses it.
Yeah.
People ask me a lot if I have one, or they expect or assume that I don't have one.
Yeah.
The only thing that was the first time, and it was this last year of competing. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I didn't have one for that long. And I'm not really sure what it was maybe due to. I definitely was quite a bit leaner than I had been ever. And my volume was up very high, trying to get ready for, a return for me, because some of you may know that I've had a couple injuries, and we can talk about that on a different episode, but the stress was probably extra really high too.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing is, because of the stress, I could go and skip a period, or like, for instance, not have one for a few months. But even this last year, I didn't have one through Christmas. I didn't have one through spring. But I got my period on regional weekend.
Oh, of course
you
did.
The stress, I always, and that's why it's funny that I had one this week. It's like if I have something where having that would also just be kind of difficult.
Right.
I'm gonna have
an
it.
extra thing.
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those of you who are wondering, Brooke Ence didn't have a period for a while. If you're trying to track it,
if you guys at home
track it in
are
your
tracking
calendar,
my period,
so you can remind her when her next period's coming up.
Oh my God, I do have a reminder in my phone. Marston, my husband, has a reminder in his phone.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's
like,
that's smart for him, actually.
He keeps track of it for me. I'm like, hey, honey, I think I should be having one. He's like, hey, let me look at my phone. I think it's around this. I mean, it should be like next week. I'm like, oh, thank you. Okay.
Well, and that would make Ence that he would.
Oh,
because
makes Ence?
I know you like that little plug. But no, I had a guy that I used to work with that was not like attached to me in any way, like not a boyfriend, not a husband, nothing. And he knew my period. It was the creepiest thing ever. I'm not kidding. Like,
how did he comment on it?
Well, I think one time I was working with him. I was like, hey, like, I'm on my, I don't know, I had to like leave the counter or something. I was like working at my family store and I had to leave and I had to like go change my tampon. I probably said it. And no joke, he would know when I was on my period every single month after that.
On that note?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm not going to say that a million times. On that note, that's so dumb. So dumb.
You're so dumb.
On that note, for real though,
yeah,
my length of cycle changed.
Oh yeah.
I used to have one for like 4 days.
Yeah.
And now not only is it like a full hearty 7 days,
yeah,
I'm miserable for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's like
I get 1 good week a month. 1 week a month.
It's like a hemorrhage. It's like you're hemorrhaging out.
The red wedding.
Yeah, no, it's funny because it's like it really does change so often. Well, not so often. I mean, like every so many years or whatever. I think it's the hormonal changes. And again, I'm not a doctor. It's just been my life, like what I've lived through.
This is the thing where I said she's experienced things before I have. She's,
Yeah,
you have.
I have. So it was like there were times like when I would like have this big long thing in between, and then all of a sudden it was like I was hemorrhaging for 2 weeks, and then it was like nothing, and then it was like one day I was like, wow, I don't think I've had a period for like a few months, and then I waited, and then it was like, wow, I've been having a lot of hot flashes.
I'm getting really
What's
hot.
going on? Like I'm like
really
sweating
hot
a lot.
lately.
Yeah, and then it was like I had like the weirdest experience with menopause because I literally like went in and was like, hi, my periods have been like spread out, and they were like, oh, okay. And then like literally the next year they were like, yeah, we did all the tests, you're post-menopausal. I'm like, what the frick? Like I'm post? Like I'm done? And they're like, yeah, you're done. And I was like,
isn't this the time too where like
I
you
was
were done
planning
for
on
a
having
while?
another baby at 50. Just kidding.
Which just brings us back to the fact that your period, at least what we have found, can change
all
the time.
Yeah.
Something that we changed for like my diet, right? Because around that time, so this last year when I didn't have a cycle for about 4 months, honestly, it didn't bother me. I really enjoyed it.
Right.
It was great. But my dietitian, my nutritionist that kind of helps keep me accountable with my food and stuff during training, she wasn't super concerned, but the goal was to definitely get it back.
Right.
For just female health.
Right.
For just, all that good stuff. Even though I don't love having one, it was important that I had one.
Right.
So what we noticed is I am a performance athlete. Being a performance athlete, my diet is definitely more driven for fuel by carbohydrates and not fat. So what we did is we upped my fat intake and dropped my carbs a little bit, and that actually helped.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. So did you freak out when they added fat to your diet?
Totally terrified me.
Because I know you.
Look at me now. Now I'm like, I'm having now I'm in LA ordering avocado toast. Why wouldn't I order avocado toast for
avocado
$13?
toast. It's delicious though. But it's a little ridiculous. Come on, people.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a matter of like you need to have a lot of good fats in your body so things can be moving around, freely and
no, please go. Please.
Well,
like they're moving around freely.
Is it weird if I maybe Google it for you guys? Because I don't really want to mess this up.
No. I want you to keep going.
It's so the fat
you guys,
can
just so you
act
know,
as
avocado is so good.
as a Uber for
yeah.
your menstrual
to keep
cycle.
It, avocado specifically. Does it make it true just because it's on Google?
Well, now we're actually at Better Health. betterhealth.vic.gov.au.
See, I don't like looking up this stuff because I always just feel like I have cancer. Everything goes to
Women
that.
who are elite athletes or who exercise excessively on a regular basis are at risk of developing athletic Oh, no.
Oh, please. Yeah. Keep going. You know you're gonna pronounce it wrong. Just okay, everyone. Just don't judge her. She's gonna pronounce it wrong.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna spell it for you because Amenorrhoea.
Amenorrhea.
Amenorrhea.
No. Let me look at it.
Okay.
Let's not spend too much time on it. Let me see.
You want me to hold it back here for you so you can see it?
Amenorrhoea. Oh yeah. No, you're right. That's really hard. Yeah.
Anyways, that is the absence of a period. Causes are thought to include low levels of body fat and the effects of exercise-related hormones on the menstrual cycle. So I think that you just need to have good fat in your body and fat in your body to make babies, basically.
Yeah, I've done that.
That's what I got from that.
You're all moving on from that.
We are definitely going to move on from that. All right.
We went down a rabbit hole.
We did. You know what, guys? This is our first time.
Yeah.
First times can be scary, rough.
Yeah.
But they get better.
Yeah.
And we get better with practice.
Hoping. Yes.
No, we definitely will.
Oh, for sure.
Already, you could say that maybe I have ruined this or messed it up, but we've whipped it back around. And now, because of that,
we're going to bring it around full circle.
We're going to bring it full circle. We're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be back with you. Thank you for tuning in to our first episode. We have so many great things planned for this season, and we really appreciate you and want to stay connected with you. So please rate, review, and subscribe to help this podcast grow.
And if you like the podcast, get the word out.
And now back to the show. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for waiting. I actually had to change my tampon. So, yeah. Stuff happens.
So now what?
I'm having a moment. I'm so sorry you guys had to experience that.
You just had a brain fart. Oh my God. You literally, like your face just like, it was like stone all of a sudden.
No,
it was like,
you know what it was? Was my first time coming back from a break.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
First timer. Yeah. That's why it was awkward for all of us.
Okay.
But it won't be next time. Right. It'll be a little bit more
smooth.
Super smooth.
Yeah.
Live and learn. Yeah, we are back from a break and we're going to do some questions. We're going to answer some questions. So just so you guys know, on our podcast, we want to interact with you. And we also want you to help us have content.
We need something to talk about.
Full disclosure. We like knowing what to talk about. No, but for real, we want stuff that we are discussing or, conversing about or looking up or trying out for you to be stuff that you're genuinely interested in. I know that I have a lot of stuff that I can imagine based on past questions I've got that you want to hear about, but we still want to know directly from you what you want to learn about. So we've got some Q&As.
So I'm going to go. You ready?
Yes.
Got some questions here for you. And so besides all the people that, want you to have their baby, maybe want to kiss you, we're going to ignore those. And we're going to go straight to this. This is from, is that called an underscore?
That's an underscore.
Okay. This is from Thrasher_Fitness.
Ooh.
When are you releasing Ence shorts?
All right.
For your clothing line.
Yes. Workout shorts. I mean, if we're going to talk about like the ones for women first, because obviously that's going to be my priority. Right. I have been working on them for a while, and we are dangerously close. I'm so picky. I will not release something that I myself don't want to wear.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you've been working on these for a while.
Yes. And the big goal is with Encewear in general is to customize and make from scratch and, be able to tweak things. And that just takes time. Custom stuff takes time. And we have got shorts that are getting ready to come out very soon.
Very exciting.
Gina was asking me, and also Thrasher, when they're coming. I would love to release them, this fall, maybe around Thanksgiving time. But we are also, because it's a business and you got to be strategic, are people going to want to buy booty shorts in the winter time?
Right.
I mean, I definitely wear them all the time. I love in CrossFit, I would say, or in like cross training. I know that in the gym that I'm training at, I wear shorts and I'll usually wear something like pants over the top sometimes. And I'll wear the pants until I'm hot and then I'll strip down. Or maybe your gym has a heater and you like to work out in shorts.
Yeah. We also live in a way more mild area.
So if you would like shorts sooner rather than later, I would love to hear that from you through the comments, because it will give me an idea of when I should do that. It all costs money, basically. Everything costs money. So I don't want to invest into my shorts and then just have them sit on the shelf.
You have to buy them, people.
Yeah, I want to make them for you, but only if you want to buy them.
Yeah. Okay, so we have kin_ag, A-G. How did you two meet? I'm assuming he's talking about you and I.
Not me and Rig.
Yeah. So I think we already went over this, but I invested in the gym that Brooke was training at, and so we became friends. But I think when we really bonded was she wanted to go shopping, and somebody volunteered me to go shopping with her, not realizing that neither one of us liked to go shopping.
You know what it was? It was your ex-husband.
I know. I wasn't gonna bring him up.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
It was the ex that he told me, because I have a hard time finding clothes that fit. And it's where we live too. There's not a great mall. It's very hard in Santa Cruz to find.
There's not much
there's
there.
not a lot of clothes or like stores. There's a lot of clothes, but not stuff that I might want to wear. And he goes, you should go shopping with Gina.
She loves to go shopping.
And I was like, okay.
I love to buy, but I don't love to
spending money is different than shopping.
Yeah, it's very different.
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
We both went there thinking that the other person
liked
to shop. And then we about had a meltdown in a store.
After the first store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, I was trying stuff on, and so were you, and then we came out and we were like,
oh, this is stressful.
This sucks.
And then you look at me, you're like, you don't like shopping? And I was like, I hate shopping.
I was like, oh,
me too. Let's go get a cookie.
We did. We bought a cookie and we left.
Yeah. That was it.
The rest is history. Here we are today.
So there you go.
Ryan _ lowercase L _ NB.
Okay.
Best underwear. Under yoga pants. He did that, or she did that. Sorry. To work out in.
Oh.
Well, for me, I wear. I like to wear the thongs. A lot of them from Victoria's Secret and stuff that's a little bit really comfortable material and not too thin, because I don't want it to like move around.
Yeah.
And I like to feel like my area is for sure covered, and almost like my underwear's giving my vagina a little bit of a hug.
Well, yeah, because they market some of those underwear that are like the
super seamless.
The seamless,
naked
and they
underwear.
roll in.
Yeah, naked
they
underwear.
Roll in, and it's like you literally have
Camel
toes you. Yeah, it's a front thong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's what you end up with.
For me, in yoga pants, I don't necessarily want to have a camel toe, so I need underwear that's like doing its job.
Yeah.
Workout shorts. Full disclosure, I don't wear underwear. I don't. Feels like it's just too much.
It's too stifling.
I don't know why. I mean, I know, and a lot of girls don't. It probably would depend on the workout short. A lot of the workout shorts that I like to wear are a little bit of a hardier material. They're not super thin. Like, I don't work out in Nike workout shorts. I think they're terrible.
Like thin white shorts.
Yeah. But they're a little bit like heavier material. And I don't like to feel like I'm like wearing multiple layers. I don't know why in shorts. But yeah, okay. Sorry that I really went on and on about that. But
Oh, specific.
I really wanted to answer your question, Ryan.
Yeah.
What's your job? From farbod.mgh. I'm still trying to figure it out. No, my job, I have a few. I am an athlete and I like to compete. And so I'm, for that, I have my job as a sponsored athlete where I'm working with specific companies that I believe in. And I'm doing that. I'm competing, I'm training, and I'm preaching health and fitness, and I might travel and coach. I used to coach full time, and now I don't have time for that. So I do like workshops. I do love coaching. Other than that, I am an entrepreneur. I like to start businesses. I like to hustle. I really love the hustle. And I'm an idea person.
You are.
I do. If there was someone,
there's just not enough time for all the ideas.
Make all my ideas come true, it would be cool.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It would basically be
you're on your own.
Cool.
You're on your own.
I'll do another one. It's a little bit kind of an easy answer, I guess.
Okay.
From Erin Hope _ Erin ERIN.
Okay.
Okay. Have you always counted macros, or did you ever solely eat clean, in quotations? I have been counting my macros for a long time, but I definitely, prior to that, tried a few other diets or ways of eating. And I want to dive into this when we really talk about diet in a different episode, but just to give you an idea, for me, I needed something that's very more specific. And I love it when someone's like, hey, what macro diet are you on? I'm on the same macro diet as you. I just eat different amounts.
Yeah.
You know, so I know that I need to fuel more with carbohydrates than fat. That works for me with performance. And I need a good amount of protein to support my muscle mass and support the strength training that I'm doing. And then all of the above for recovery. I find it to be the best thing for me. However, I will say this, depending on the person, you may need to not be super neurotic, right? If it can create bad habits of like being so overly focused on hitting your numbers and everything like that, it can make you crazy.
Right.
In that case, I hope that you're working with someone who can notice that, and to help you create a better, healthier relationship with food. It should be more like clean eating, with having an idea of how much of certain things you can eat and then just eyeing things. I think it's important to try something with being very specific and counting certain amounts of food, because it teaches you a lot. I've been doing it for so long that now I can eye a lot of things, and I keep an idea of what I need to eat without really trying that hard. But yeah, if I want to be serious about my nutrition, my training, if I want to be serious about maybe tightening the body up a little bit or getting a little stronger, I have to be specific. There's not a lot of wiggle room for me. My body knows when I eat all the peanut butter or the cookies. It knows. It really does.
Maybe a blueberry scone.
Yeah. So, a long time, and I will continue to do it literally for the rest of my life. But that means within reason. If I'm going on vacation, I'm not going to be counting, but I'm going to be counting. You know what I mean? Yeah. I might not be writing it down or logging it, but I keep an idea in my head of how much I'm eating to make sure I'm not overeating. Yeah, let's move on.
Do you want this last one?
Yeah, we have another question. It's a little bit longer.
So this is Jill_Larson_. Are you still training for the games? Do you think it will be harder to qualify now?
For those of you that are not familiar with CrossFit and its format of the CrossFit Games season, it just looks very different moving forward. And honestly, it's still very unknown. It's extremely unknown, actually. There's a lot of speculation of what it's going to look like. There's little rundown for people that don't know. Typically, in the past, this is how it's been. The Open. It's the first portion of our season where you sign up online and there's a workout released. I think it's like usually 5 weeks, one workout a week, and you have a specific amount of time to do it. If you perform it in a CrossFit affiliate with a judge who has
a certified judge,
done the test, course. Yes, judge's course, then you do not have to upload a video. However, if you are someone who is going to go to regionals or go to the CrossFit Games, you do video all your workouts.
Right, because it's anybody in CrossFit that can do the Open.
But the goal is, the Open is like, we need to have as many people as possible start this thing out. We got to have like tons and tons of people. And then we have a better idea of like when we do finish and find the fittest, we found the fittest. You can feel much more confident about that person that year in all of those scenarios, different workouts and things like that, is the fittest. We can be very confident, and then we found that person. So when you do the Open, the workouts might start a little lower skill, so more people can stay in the game longer. And as the weeks go on, they get a little bit higher skill, a little bit heavier, things like that. From there, we move on to regionals. So based on where you live, you may be going to a regional. So I live in Northern California. It used to be the NorCal region. Now it's all of California, and now they've even combined it again, and now it's like all of California. It's like literally the West.
It goes all the way up to Canada
it's the
or
West.
something, right?
It's Canada West and all the way down the West Coast,
right?
Alaska and Hawaii. So you do a regional, which is not online. It's at a location, and you go. There's about usually like 40 men, 40 women, or something like that.
Yeah.
And you compete all weekend, and they take, depending on where you live, but they take top 5.
Yeah, it was top 5.
Top 5. Mm-hmm. And then you go to the CrossFit Games, which is our world finals.
Right. So everyone from all their regions, those top 5, go to the games.
And you do a world final,
that's the
and you
final.
compete, and you find the fittest. And it's amazing. And
but that's not how it is now.
How it is this next season. There's a lot of unknown. We do know that there are no more CrossFit regionals, but they are going to be using like sanctioned events, like big events that will kind of replace that, and they'll still be holding the Open, which is online. But still, I don't know if there's been actually, and we don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not going to try to pretend like I know what's going to happen. I'm waiting for it to happen. Just like all of you are waiting for it to happen.
But you're still training for it.
Full circle for this question.
Are you still training for the games?
Am I training for the games? I'm training. I'm recovering still. I would love to go back to the CrossFit Games. It's not that easy, okay? It takes a lot of hard work, years. I had my neck fused. I had to have stem cell in both my shoulders because I've got torn labrum and wear and tear that after regionals I was in excruciating pain. Had to solve that. So right now, I want to be fit. I want to get back to where I was. I want to get back to be better. But there's a lot of things I want to do.
Well, you're hindered in what you can do right now.
And I'm hindered. And so like right now, there's definitely people making comments like, about like my training or what it looks like.
Well, I'm sorry. I was hurt.
I'm like right now, it's like
Right.
I'm still recovering.
Yeah.
I'm being a smart person, which all of you should do. Listen to your doctor. Listen to your physical therapist. Do what they say. And for me, stem cells were very, very expensive. And my PT told me this. He goes, he wants to be extra careful with adding things back into my training because it would be a very expensive fuck up, basically. Right. And it's not worth it. So for me, I'm training right now. I'm not too worried about the CrossFit Games. Just like how it was when I very first started training with regionals or the CrossFit Games in mind, I just want to have fun. I want to be fit and I want to do really cool shit.
Yeah.
And I will always be training. It's never going to change. If that manifests in me back on the competition floor, hell yeah. And if it doesn't, that's what it is. You know what? Some people I think are having a hard time with that. I mean, even I had a hard time with that, like accepting that I may never go back.
Right.
But that is the reality. And that's not because I'm making a decision that I don't want to go back. That's because the reality is it's super hard to go. I mean, when I went that year that I won my region and then I went to the CrossFit Games, I won 2 events. I was training a ton, but I wasn't just training. People, some people look at some of the things like business-wise that I have going on, and they make...
I know, they make
they're
comments
trolls.
like
They
you're
make a comment
not...
like, oh, maybe
you're
she
not
didn't,
focused enough on your training.
Maybe she didn't qualify for the games this year, this year, 2018. Maybe she didn't qualify because you were focused too much on your social media presence and your business. And it's like, well, I can't agree with you because...
You still were training.
The only thing that I had done different this year... I mean, I definitely am, I focus on business, but the biggest thing I did different is I got my neck fused and I didn't work out for 8 weeks. And then when I started working out again, it wasn't like I was jumped back into doing what I was doing. I had to recover. Like the fact that I even qualified for regionals was insane. And then I went to regionals and did the best that I could. I mean, that doesn't mean that it's like, oh, you're not as good as you were. You can't even compare to the other top athletes because you just care about fame and business. No.
Well, those other athletes were training for an entire year.
And
you weren't. And it's not because you weren't training, it's because you were injured and coming back from an injury. And I think a lot of people don't get that. It's like it wasn't that you weren't training, you were doing everything possible that you could, but the fact that you couldn't even put weight overhead until it was 4 months or something before the Open started.
Yeah, and like for instance, we had
the fact that you even made it is insane.
Yeah, we had bench press at the regionals. I had not bench pressed in a very long time. I mean, I just barely had started doing handstands.
Right. Yeah.
And I was more concerned, my coaches were more concerned about making my body strong enough and stable enough to hold myself in an overhead position and do a handstand push-up, because that's like a typical CrossFit movement, right? So yeah, you guys, there's just a lot of pieces that go into it. I would love to go back to the CrossFit Games. I think about it all the time. When I train, a constant thing that is in a constant statement that is in my mind is, this is what it takes. 24/7. But I also put that into like everything that I'm doing, like business stuff. I get overwhelmed all the time. Want to know why? Because there's not a roadmap for me. The stuff that I've done or the stuff that I'm doing, even like kind of like you coming into this, there's no roadmap. I try to make sure I surround myself with people that I look up to and that are doing what I want to do and that are good people. And I try to, make good decisions and go with my gut. And that's what I'm doing. And there's no roadmap. I'm kind of, I don't know. I've always been really aspirational with wanting to do a lot. Well before I started these different companies, I was still thinking that far ahead.
Well, you're thinking long term.
A huge thing that I thought about anytime I was going to work with a new company or a sponsor that approached me was, I don't care what you can give me right now, because I can work a full-time job. Like, it never was a thought in my mind, like, oh, I'm trying to get all these sponsors so I have all this money so I don't have to work. Like, that was not what I cared about. I cared about that company saw a bigger future for me than I could see for myself. And that is what drove me. I mean, I knew I always wanted to do stuff far beyond my time as an athlete, my career as an athlete. That is so small years you have as a professional athlete is so small in comparison to your life.
Right.
And I want to create something that will last far, like way beyond me. And I want to do things that help and inspire people that has nothing to do with a competitive season. And I was doing that and thinking that way well before I made it to the CrossFit Games and leading up to the CrossFit Games. So that hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is I've had a couple injuries and I'm listening to my doctors and I'm going to train and I want to be fit and I love working out and I love trying new exercises and I'm going to train and I'm going to compete. And if I end up back on the competition floor, hell yeah. And if not, buy some shorts. Drop the mic. But yeah, sorry, I really do get on soapboxes sometimes when I'm really passionate about something. So if you guys
I know, and you're like going great, and I'm like, yeah.
Some of you guys might be at home thinking like, damn, Brooke, stop yelling at me.
I'm just passionate.
That's so passionate.
You are.
When I'm like really passionate about something, I definitely you can feel it. It might feel like it's anger. It's not. I get that from my mom and my dad. Parents, you created a monster. They know. But yeah, that's our first show. Gina, oh my God. We did it.
Oh my, yeah, we did.
How do you feel? Honestly, the swelling in your lips have gone down.
I know. We were just talking about it. I think my allergy has finally gone away. I think
Maybe
the stress, it's like a stress relief.
You were allergic to
the idea of doing a podcast?
The idea of doing a podcast.
That could be it.
And it manifested in
my
lips.
face. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I feel a little bit better. So hopefully if anyone's viewing this, where's the camera? Yeah, anyway.
All right, guys.
We made it.
Podcast number 1 in the books. I hope you are excited as we are about this experience. We want to learn new stuff together, talk about stuff, get real, and and also before we go, not necessarily challenges, but something that I was really excited about is the idea of some things you may be interested in and maybe we have not experienced them. So, me and Gina, that's the plan. We're going to experience some new stuff, whether it's like a new training, maybe it's for instance, like Orange Theory. I've never been. Have you?
No.
There's some things that we were willing to go and try and give you our honest opinion about.
Yeah.
And really anything to do with health, fitness, beauty, things like that, except for like we're not made of money. So
yeah, it's gotta be affordable. But yeah.
So you go ahead to get involved with us. Not only will I please follow me on Instagram, on social media. I am occasionally going to be posting the Ask Me a Question, and that is for sure to give us content. And so I can also answer questions, and Gina can answer questions that you are genuinely interested in and that can help you. And you can leave us a 5-star rating on whichever wherever you're listening to your podcast, to this podcast. So wherever you're listening to this podcast, leave us a great rating.
The best rating, or else just don't do it.
The highest you could.
Yeah, don't bother then.
You could rate, and then leave us a comment, and you can send in challenges or things you might want us to try out, so we can tell you how we liked it or we didn't like it. Questions, and stay in touch with us because we'd
love to come back.
We need you.
Yeah,
we need you. We need you.
You're gonna go. Got this.
Do it. Okay, are you gonna sing for me?
No, cut.
Thank you guys. Talk to you next week.